Hello everyone, it's Petko Alexandrov. I hope you are doing well, and I continue after two sessions. So it is Tuesday, 6th of December, and I missed yesterday's session just because I was really tired and exhausted from a long trip we did with my family just for the Christmas holidays. We usually travel the whole December, and if I'm tired, I just don't trade. I didn't even open the laptop to see what's going on the markets. I trade with expert advisors, or the so-called robots, on a VPS, something I share in most of my other courses. And in algorithmic trading, I don't need to stay in front of the screen, especially when it comes to FTMO challenge or any other prop trading, firm trading. If you are tired, you just take a break and don't rush it to trade every single day, right? So what I have today, quite intensive morning, and I want to share all the setups. So I have one trade opened with pound yen, but that's the third trade I opened. So let me explain exactly what happened before that. I had two more trades. The first one was with pound Canadian, and I will share with you the setup because things turned really negative, and I'm glad I reacted quickly. So right after the opening, I used the moving average setup, and once the price broke aggressively, I entered right about here. Okay, my entry price 165.95. I placed the horizontal line so I can show it to you, and my stop loss was below the opening at 165.78, and my take profit was higher. Okay, 2 times the distance, you know already my setup. So it's risk to reward ratio 1:2, and you can see what happened. I would have hit the stop loss if I didn't close the trade manually, and I closed it just because pound was not anymore on the top. At the opening, pound was the strongest currency and the Canadian was the weakest, but right about this point, and here I saw the pound getting very weak, and I closed the trade manually, I believe during this candlestick or the next one. If I see the closing, it is at 10:33, so right probably at the opening of that candlestick. Okay, I just closed the trade manually, and I switched to Euro CAD because Canadian was still the weakest and Euro became the strongest. And good, I switched because you see anyway my stop loss would have been hit and I would have way bigger loss. However, what happened with the Euro Canadian is right in here, pretty much the similar thing. I had the Fibonacci and the price retraced to the 61.8, but I couldn't execute it with just a quick touch, and a pending order wouldn't execute it, and I did not have the chance to buy in here. Then the price continued higher, and I used the breakout setup, and you see that right after the entry the market just retraced, and I have closed it manually as well, but giving it about 1%. You can see negative 99. Again, Euro was not anymore on the top, went in the middle, and I switched to pound yen. Okay, stop loss and take profit here. Stop loss was right about the 50 level, and my take profit was above at 161.8. Okay, but again, if I didn't close the trade manually, I would have hit my stop loss and handle huge loss. And then I switched to pound yen because pound got really weak, and yen together with the Aussie are on the top, but yen was like most of the time the strongest currency. Okay, and you can see that again I used the breakout. I had the first initial move. During this time pound was just going from the top to the bottom, and then you see that the price didn't even go close to the 61.8 for retracement. It just continued lower, and this is when I opened the trade, I believe right at that candlestick at 10:46. Let me see when is the opening. Yeah, 10:46 at the end of this candlestick, and then I placed my stop loss above these highs, and you can see that at one point the price went really close and then it went in my favor, which is pretty cool, right? I've placed the stop loss probably on the best place possible. And I'm currently on a profit. I see no reason for closing that trade because pound is the weakest, yen is the strongest, even not that strong as I wish it is, like above 7 ideally and pound below 1, but it is still going in my favor, so I will keep it. And I have my take profit a little bit below the 161.8, and I will tell you why I have placed it in there. Let me show you the hard time frame. So Euro Canadian ideal setup as well as the pound Canadian that I had. Okay, very bullish uptrends, but Forex Profit Supreme Meter just showed me that these are not the best pairs for the day. And if I switch to pound yen, you will see where it is. We are in a new downtrend on the hourly chart, and just to make something clear, this is not a high or low because this high is not reached. If the price breaks above that high, then I would consider that as a higher low, and I would put one green circle to identify that. But until the price is below that high, this is the lowest low and this is the lowest high. And for me, we are in a new downtrend with the pound yen. And if I put the mouse on the candlestick, you will see that the highest point is 168.99, and right in here it is 169.075. So that's a lower high even than that one, and I don't consider that as a high. But if the price broke that level, I would be a little bit more skeptical. However, that's the most recent highest high, right? But to summarize it, we are in a new downtrend. Even the price is above the moving averages. You can see that their slope is not that aggressive upwards. It's almost flat. And if you remember at the beginning of the course, I said that I look the most at the lower lows and lower highs and high highs and high lows, which is the Dow theory. Now on M15, you will see that the bottoms of these candlesticks right here are somewhere at 166.15. That's why I've placed my take profit at 166.17. And something more, if I put the mouse on the take profit line, you will see that the profit would be $733.05, and my balance is 10,354, which means that if the price reaches to the take profit, potentially I would reach the 10% target with the FTMO challenge. And if you are following my screen and you are paying attention to the details, probably you would notice that I traded with lot size of 3, and the same with the other 2 trades. So today I increased 3 times the lot size, and in the next section I will tell you why. Something really cool and logical about the money management that I apply, and it works really nice for me. But let's see first what will happen with today's trades.